You are listening to Crime, Coffee, and Crafts, a podcast featuring two crafty besties who love true crime and a good cup of joe.
Good morning, folks.
Good morning.
How are you today with your
Fantastic.
coffee?
It's delicious.
Mine's delicious. I got a new one to try since it's the holiday season. And I went to Trader Joe's, one of our longtime stores.
Yes.
We've been going to since before they started creating their own stuff, and they were just like a hub for other people's organic stuff.
I heart Trader Joe's.
Yes, for 30 plus years.
Yes.
So I got gingerbread coffee.
Oh, yes. That is amazing.
It's really good.
I haven't
like
been to
it.
Trader
I
Joe's
like
in
it
a
a lot.
while.
I put my oat milk in there and a tad bit of sugar. I don't usually like to use sugar. I usually use a creamer, but it's good.
I got my monk fruit sweetener, so I'm all.
And per usual, I got a medium roast.
They're delicious. So
I know. I really like mediums. This is a South American roasted to a luscious medium dark roast. It's got cinnamon, ginger, allspice, nutmeg, and cloves.
OMG, I'm going to Trader Joe's today.
Yeah.
For real, I am going
It's
to
really, it's really delicious.
I'm going to go today. I'm not even going to take Dwight with me. Sorry, Dwight. Love you, but I like Trader Joe's by myself.
Yeah, it's nice to just walk through there.
I might not even take Ben.
Hey, just have an adventure by yourself.
Get me some jicama wraps. Oh, have you tried the jicama wraps?
No.
Are you like
I love jicama.
Love jicama as much as I do because we had it.
I grew up with it because my grandma Carnahan, my mom's mom, always had jicama around.
Good.
So
good.
I haven't had it in a while, but I love it.
Well, it's hard to get out here.
So get some jicama wraps.
They have jicama wraps, and you can
California's
taco shells.
Oh,
yes.
Smart.
The reason that I fell in love with them, we went on vacation, not really vacation. It was for work for me, to Columbus, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a taco place, and they had jicama wraps as an option for the tacos. And those, let me tell you, that place had the best freaking tacos I've had in Ohio. And that's saying something.
That's big.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they went out of business because COVID happened. They're no longer there. But I found jicama wraps.
Yay. So you can make your own.
Exactly. And they're so yummy. And they have.
I got to look for these.
Yeah.
I wonder if we have one in North Carolina.
They're in the refrigerator section. Like by the pre-made stuffs and the vegetables.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that weird. Okay. It's normally a
weird section, right? Yeah. Cool beans. I'll check it out.
Word. Do it.
Word. My craft I did a painting with embroidery thread.
Yes.
And it's not really Christmassy or holiday, but
okay.
she does have a lovely olive branch in her hair.
I mean, that's holiday.
It's technically Aphrodite. If you can see.
Smokes.
So I took green paint and orange paint, and I did a diagonal, and then I took the opposite thread to the painted part.
Nice.
and did the embroidery part. So those of you that can't see, we will probably, I'm sure, post some content on this.
Definitely. That's so beautiful.
I love this piece, and it was fun to do.
When are you going to do an art show? I'm gonna keep bugging Kristen about doing an art show because I want her to do an art show.
I think we should do a collab.
I'm like, does my stuff, I mean, I do paint with wool. I mean, that's what everybody says. I paint with wool when I'm
I just mean we could
bats,
do, you know, yeah. We can come up with something. But I mean, everything we make, everything we do is for sale. So if you'd like something, email us.
But don't ask Kristen. Don't ask Kristen how much her stuff is. Ask me because I'm doing all her prices.
Yeah. Yeah. I lowball myself. I give things away. Like I have a hard time.
That's normal. I'll run the art show.
But Heidi's really good at pricing stuff fairly and in a good way.
It's fair for everyone.
Yeah.
Because the artist,
it is a lot of time.
Yes.
It is a lot of time.
Artists,
and I put a lot of thought. I put a lot of thought into my work.
Well, and plus, like, who does what you do? I've literally never seen anybody else who does that. It's so freaking cool.
I love doing these pieces too.
I'm gonna have to bring my 2 pieces that I have downstairs up here. Kristen made me one from, well, 2 of them, but one is specifically my wedding, and it's me and my husband. It's so cute.
Yep. I made different threads. I pulled threads apart, put them together to make multicolored hair for Heidi.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I think I did it for the roses too. I did some different multicolored.
Well, they go together really well. The 2 different pieces go together really well. So
yeah.
Yes. I'll bring them up next time we record.
Okie dokie.
Remind me.
I will. So that's the fun of it. Now I'm going to get into some other detail, but first look at this raglan t-shirt that we have.
Yes. It's so cool, dude. And
it's comfortable and cute.
I don't have one. I don't have one yet.
She needs one.
Because I ordered other stuff. Because
it
was cold.
She ordered the other stuff. I ordered the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
we're trying to have all of it, but go ahead.
Before we carry on, I want to show off my necklace, but I have to get really close to the camera. Let's see. Stick my hand behind it. It's a
skull stone wrapped with copper, correct?
Actually silver.
Or did you get the silver one?
Yeah, I only wear sterling silver generally.
That's right. Yeah.
So, but it's made by Bird, BYRD, Stoneworks Jewelry and More. And you can find her name is Desiree Bird. That's her Facebook page if anybody wants to look her up. I just wanted to give her like a little shout out because like I
really cool.
Love her jewelry so much. Yeah. All right.
I need one for myself.
For sure you do.
When we make all of our buku bucks, I'm gonna buy one.
Now I can't remember what it is. Labradorite, I think. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I'm really bad with stones and their names.
Yeah. I'm not very good at it, which is surprising considering I worked for
I know, I'm like
the Gemological Institute of America. But
like,
to be fair, we mostly dealt with diamonds. So
yeah, that's totally different stone. So
yeah.
You're fine.
So
do it.
Heidi had chosen a country for me to work from, and I was gonna do Thailand. Now there's a really good story in there. And I started it, but then Thursday came and Heidi said, we're doing your episode right before Christmas.
It's literally 2 days before Christmas. This one's coming out. So
and literally she was like, it'd be too fat or not enough time. I don't think it'd be enough time. But guess what? Now, it couldn't be from Thailand because there's only like a couple serial killers. So I had to go back to the US and I found a really interesting story. It's a really messed up story called The Christmas Killings. And it's out of Dayton, Ohio.
I know about this one, but not enough. And I'm so excited you're covering it.
So
also, that's like an hour away from me.
But I have to tell you, I did some fast research and some fast writing, and I worked like a ridiculous amount of hours on Friday and Saturday.
Yes. Because why? We work best under
pressure.
Anybody
under pressure.
Procrastination doesn't get you anywhere is a liar. Because
lies.
We procrastinate.
We do our best work under pressure. So this might be a really good episode.
It's going to be amazing. It's not it might be, it will be. So there's that.
We're gonna see. So are you ready?
Ready. I'm so excited.
So trigger warnings, basically wanton disregard for human life is number one. Murder, some sexual content, and holiday depression, seasonal depression that's kind of real. So it's gonna bring up probably fear. And I got most of my stuff from Dayton Daily News.
Okay.
Murderpedia and this guy michaeljesse.net. He did like a timeline of events, so I was able to get some like time and dates. Now this also, there's a book written and it's called The Christmas Killings, 40 Hours to Justice. This crime spree happened between Christmas Eve and the 26th of 1992.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. So usually Christmas time, holidays, it's the most wonderful time of the year, but for some, tragedy happens and the holidays can be ruined forever because sadly crime does not stop just because it's feel good times,
Yeah.
Just because it's Christmas doesn't mean we don't have shitheads out there committing crimes and being murderous assholes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's sad. So the Christmas killings were about 4 friends killing for the fun of it.
Holy shit.
The Devils of Dayton, as these 4 were called, consisted of Marvelous Keene, Laura Taylor, Heather Matthews, and DeMarcus Smith. They were all very young and in their late teens and early 20s. Laura Taylor said to her friends one day, "Let's get some drama in our lives."
She sounds like a real piece of work.
Yeah, she was 17. She's like, "Let's get some drama in our lives, guys.
Shit.
I'm bored. Let's go
kill
mess some shit up." Yeah. So 92, they did just that. Did I freeze
a little
again?
Just for a second? It came back at 1992.
So Christmas Eve, 1992.
Got it.
Okay. 34-year-old Joseph Wilkerson wanted to have a little get together, and his neighbor happened to be Marvelous.
All right.
So he invited Marvelous over and he had him bring Laura and Heather. Mr. Wilkerson invited them over to hang out and have an orgy. Probably not this man's best hour because he's 34 and these females were very young.
Oh my God, they were teenagers.
Yeah, Heather was like 20 something and Marvelous was 20 something, but the other one was 17. And Marvelous's girlfriend at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. So as the evening progressed a little bit, they started taking off their clothes. And while doing so, Marvelous drew a gun and pointed it at Wilkerson.
Shit.
The two girls tied Wilkerson to his bed with an electrical cord. Yes. And somehow Marvelous found Wilkerson's gun, shot him in the chest with that gun, and Laura shot Wilkerson in the temple with Marvelous's gun.
All right.
Because apparently Marvelous's shot in the chest didn't kill him, so Laura was like, well, I'm going to do him right. Shoot him in the temple.
I'm like creeped out by the skeezy guy, but like at the same time creeped out by the kids that just shot him.
Yeah, they're just like, we need drama. Let's go do drama. The three of them left that scene at 3321 Prescott Avenue and met up with DeMarcus Smith. And DeMarcus Smith was Heather Matthews' boyfriend.
Okay.
So now we have two couples,
right,
which completes the foursome.
Two murderous couples. Fantastic.
Yeah, isn't it lovely? At about 10 p.m., DeMarcus saw a woman named Danita Gillette, an 18-year-old young mother. She was on a payphone at 517 Neal Avenue and was targeted because DeMarcus liked her shoes. He wanted her tennis shoes. Yeah.
I have a little story real quick. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
When I was 12, and this just triggered a memory because my friend and I'm not going to say her name because I don't want that to be out there. We were out on a walk. We were in 6th grade, y'all. We were 12 years old, out on a walk by ourselves in our little town that we lived in at the time, which I'm also not going to mention. And these girls, like a group of like 8 older girls, walked up to us and they were like, I like your flannel, to my friend. And she was like, thanks. And they were like, give it to me. And that turned into a thing. And man, we got jumped by these girls. It was not pretty. Anyway, that's my story. That's all I'm going to tell about it because it was fucking really fucked up.
Yeah, traumatic. I'm sorry.
One of those things that will always stick. And people do stupid shit for stupid reasons.
But it causes a lifetime of...
Yeah, if you like somebody's shoes, don't attack
Go buy them yourself.
Just get your own damn pair.
Go buy your own pair.
Learn how to give a compliment without stealing shit.
Right?
And killing people over it. Good grief.
Yeah. So because DeMarcus liked her shoes, he and Marvelous shot her 7 times.
Oh my God.
At the payphone. Took her shoes, left her to die. And she later died at the hospital.
That poor girl.
Yeah. And mind you, she was a young mom. She had already had a child of her own.
It
so
makes me angry.
Yeah. Sucks. These people, like I said, wanton disregard for human life.
Absolutely. Yep. You meant it for real.
Yeah, that's real.
That's a real thing.
Yeah. So after that, the foursome moseyed over to 157 Yuma Place at around 12:30 in the morning. So now we're at Christmas at 12:30 midnight.
Okay.
They met up with 29-year-old Jeffrey Wright, who was Heather's ex-boyfriend.
Oh boy.
Heather is the older 20-year-old female, but she was like young, like 20 only, or right. 19 or 20. So Wright was shot 4 times by DeMarcus because he was Heather's new boyfriend. And they joked about finishing him off at the hospital.
Jesus.
Now, they never made it to the hospital. And luckily he actually survived his gunshot wounds and the attempted murder of his life. So he survived that night.
That's amazing that he survived and there's a witness.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. From 12:30 after that shooting to about 8:50 in the afternoon, the group took a break riding around, not sure what they were doing, but still looking for trouble, aka drama. This brought them to 2256 Benton Avenue, where Richmond Maddox, the 19-year-old ex-boyfriend of Laura, was living.
Jeez.
And yeah, so he was living with his parents, and Laura coaxed him out of the house, and they were sitting in his car. Now, there's a couple different accounts. Like, one says he was shot in front of the house. Others say they had driven off and the other car was behind him and she shot him. But Laura decided to take their first victim's gun and shoot Maddox in the head.
Okay.
And he later succumbed to his head wound at the hospital. And one account says that she had jumped from the moving car and got into the other car, but then another account says that she just shot him in front of the house and the car wasn't moving. So
Right.
The info is not too clear on that one.
Right.
So after that, the next morning at approximately, now mind you, they're still riding around, I don't know, drinking and being stupid.
Right.
And then at about 7:50 the next morning, which would have been the 26th, the foursome went to the Short Stop Mini Market at 1201 West 5th Street. Laura went into the store first to check out what was going on inside, and then the men entered. The clerk behind the counter was a 38-year-old woman named Sarah Abraham. Marvelous shot her in the mouth and in the head.
The fuck?
Yeah. And then DeMarcus shot at the two customers that were in the store. James Pettis, 67, who was shot in the stomach and he survived. And then Edward Thompson, 71, he was a smart man and faked that he was shot.
Yes.
So he actually didn't get shot and he survived the night.
Oh my God.
So he was a smart old man. Probably had lived through a war or something.
That's what I was just wondering, because his age would make sense that he had served.
Right.
Damn.
Unfortunately, the clerk later died after living in a coma at the hospital. And Heather stated that they only got $44 from the deadly robbery.
That's it?
That's it.
That's what killing all those people was worth to them? Jeez.
Yep. I don't even think they, like, I mean, maybe they took some snacks and some beer or something.
Well, they were just killing people for no fucking reason. So it's, yeah.
Basically. A few hours later, around lunchtime, the foursome decided to pick up Laura's friend Wendy Cottrell, 16 years old, and her boyfriend, 18-year-old Marvin Washington. For some reason, they believed that they could possibly give them up to police. Maybe they had some information. There wasn't a lot of information given, but they decided to pick up those two, and they grabbed some beer and wine. And while driving, Marvelous announced that he had to go pee. So they drove to a gravel lot at 1654 Ritchie Drive. The two men got out and with their guns forced the two victims out of the car and walked them behind a dirt pile.
No.
Yeah. Marvelous shot Cottrell in the mouth, then in the chest and stomach, and DeMarcus shot Washington. And the couple was left in the gravel lot to die. Jeez. All because they possibly could have given up this group. It's crazy.
I think it's funny that
I don't know who thinks like this. Like,
well, this group of people actually thinks that they can get away with all this shit, and they're literally just going around and killing people nonchalantly. Like, Like nobody's gonna see anything and there's no cameras anywhere. Like you're an idiot if you think you can get away with this shit. Ugh.
Well, they didn't. And shortly after the couple was murdered, a sergeant with Dayton police pulled the foursome over. After checking the license plate, the police learned that the car belonged to the foursome's first victim, Wilkerson. All four of them were arrested without incident. Good. For some reason, they were just like, well, I guess we had our fun and drama. We're picked up now. And the police also found several weapons and confiscated.
That's a hard word.
Confiscated them from the vehicle.
Good job.
Thank you. The police did a follow-up with Wilkerson about his vehicle, and they went to his house, and that's when they found his lifeless body.
So they hadn't even found him yet, and they wow, okay.
Yeah, that was how they found him. So this was 2 days after that murder. Heather, she decided after during their jail time and before trial that she would take a plea deal.
Okay.
Since she didn't pull the trigger of any of the shootings and was only along for the ride. The only thing I can see is that she, joked about, she kind of gave up certain people that they should kill, but never actually did any of the killings. And she tied up their first victim, but so she decided
put her
to
away for capital murder. Sorry.
Yeah, so they she turned on all her friends and pled guilty. And on November 4th, 1993, Heather was 21 years old and sentenced to life without parole. Good. So she's sitting rotting in Ohio.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Gross.
But due to her testimony, Marvelous was sentenced to death on October 28th, 1993, and he was executed by lethal injection July 21st, 2009. Wow. So he actually lived quite a long time on death row.
He sat for a while, which is normal.
He probably appealed. I mean,
most people on death row,
it's average 10 years.
Yeah.
Because of all the appeals and all that work. So takes a lot of money to take care of these people on death row when we should just throw in the towel. And
especially somebody like him who we know he did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no question.
No doubt about the fact that he did all that. Yikes.
Yeah. So then we go to Laura. She was sentenced on January 26, 1994 and given 2 consecutive life sentences. She is actually eligible for parole in her mid-70s.
Well, hopefully she doesn't make that far.
Right. And on October, I don't know why I got October in my head.
I mean,
it's one of our favorite months.
It is our favorite month.
Yeah. On February 15th, 1994, DeMarcus accepted a plea deal for 4 consecutive life sentences a couple of hours before his actual trial. And his sentencing prevents him from seeking parole for 124 years.
Holy shit.
So he's just rotting.
That's good. He should just rot. That's a long time.
Yeah. The Dayton police sergeant, George Hammond, at the time of the killing, said they were like a shark. Once they tasted blood, they couldn't stop.
Yeah, basically. I mean, there's something to be said for a group. It's like they just went hysterical, basically. The group energy became a thing, and that's scary.
Yeah.
Also, who the hell raised these people?
I don't know, but this is just, they had some messed up idea of what drama and fun is.
Yeah. There's something wrong.
People, we don't need drama, okay?
Mm-mm.
27 years later, the sister of victim Danita Gillette, the payphone girl that was murdered, her sister Rhonda said, I don't really celebrate the holidays like other people. I go back in my mind and I think about the day I found out my sister was killed. So like I said at the beginning, you know, murders that happened during those times just completely changed their loved ones.
Right.
They don't get to celebrate like they did. And it just brings up sad times. But my hope for them is that they can celebrate the life that was there and they can have happy memories instead of just the sadness. So
Absolutely. That's all you can hope for people that have that kind of trauma. You know, Christmas used to bring up foul feelings for me just from family stuff, but like,
right.
Well, one side of my family, but like,
yeah,
I've worked on those things, but like, I can't imagine losing somebody that way and ever feeling normal again.
Right.
Like every year, subconsciously, it comes around. And that's what I don't think a lot of people, you're not intentionally thinking about those things. It's just like your subconscious, deep down inside, you know that time is coming. You may not even realize that's what's happening. You just might feel really sad for no reason. And really, it's like that anniversary creeps up on you every year.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's just
the detective that worked on the case, his name was Detective Burke, and he had lots of things to say, like during that time and later on. So I'm going to give you a couple of his quotes. And he said, "This was a game. This was for fun." He told the Dayton paper they had taken these people's lives just the way we swat a fly. It will never be forgotten by the public because it was so heinous and so sinister, even in the light of the things that are going on today. They were just killing people randomly for nothing, literally nothing. There was not even a motive in these cases.
that sums it up perfectly.
Yeah. So during these times, remember every day, especially around the holidays, to love your people.
And hug your people with consent.
Yes, with consent. Love your family. Yeah, love your family, love your friends, love your loved ones, appreciate your support, and also remember to have happy holidays because we love you and appreciate each and every one of you, especially when you listen, rate, and review us.
Hell yes. Oh, but only 5-star.
Only 5-star.
Oh.
As you listen and as you prepare for Christmas and the new year, just remember we care about you. You are valid, your feelings are valid, and mental health is important. And so don't go out just killing because.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Seriously, dude. I'm going to drink coffee to that.
Drink coffee. Enjoy coffee. Enjoy fun mugs. Enjoy crime, coffee, and crafts.
Dude,
but
she's on a roll. Yeah.
But yeah, that is the messed up story of the Christmas killings.
Shit.
Those 4 people were jacked up.
I'm glad that they got caught though. Like,
well, their behavior just, I mean, it was so weird and random. They had to, being picked up by a traffic stop makes so much sense. And that's why everybody has to remember that law enforcement can and always will be difficult at traffic stops. Like you never know what you're going to get.
That's true. That's true.
The fact that man, that cop came out unscathed from 4 murderers.
Well, and they had
And
loaded
picking
weapons
them
on
up
them.
and tons of weapons, like that could have gone really bad. So much love to all my law enforcement peeps.
Yeah, for real. It's a scary world out there.
Yeah.
Scary.
Keep your head on a swivel.
For real.
Always.
I mean, I do that anyway, but I'm not in law enforcement.
I think I look like a paranoid chicken when I go out in public.
I mean,
sitting at a restaurant. I don't go out to eat very often because I'm like, what's going on? What's going on?
Yep. Just make sure you can see the door.
Always
Always
know your exits.
Always know your exits. And I honestly think that that's good advice for everyone. Not just,
it is.
It's not just a rule for law enforcement.
Not just for law enforcement. It's definitely good people advice. Like,
don't
know your surroundings, observe everything around you, and know your exits.
Yeah. And don't assume everybody is good. Because there are a lot of bad people out there. Yikes. There's a lot of randomly bad people out there that do stuff for no reason.
And don't fall for the charming.
Oh,
remember? Don't fall for the charming ones.
Yeah. The charming ones. Yee. Yeah.
Yeek.
I don't know if I can talk about that story yet. I mean, I could cover it, but it's too close to home, I think.
Yeah.
It's just too much. I don't think I can. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got.
Anyways, we love you guys. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate, have a happy one.
That's why I say happy holidays.
Happy holidays to all.
And to all, a good night.
Look at you. She's really on one. All right. Ta-ta.
For now.
Thanks for listening to Crime, Coffee, and Crafts. If you love our podcast, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. This helps us more than you know. If you really love us and want to support us, go to our website at www.crimecoffeeandcrafts.com. From there, you can join our Patreon, shop our merch, and find us on social media.